welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY, where we love to make beautiful decor with inexpensive items. If you're new here, well, welcome. My name is Brenda, and I am so glad you're here. If you haven't yet, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell and give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. So I hope you guys are ready for some crafting. I'm really excited to show you what I've done. So let's begin. Okay, so we're going to start out today with these beautiful flowers, this ribbon from the Dollar Tree, this wreath form, and this cutout from a calendar that I also got from the Dollar Tree. This calendar was out this fall around Christmas time, and it was an elusive calendar. If you don't know anything about the calendar, people could not find it, and it was really hard to come by, but I was one of the lucky ones to find it. So what I did is I took that circle wreath form and I just put it on the picture and I traced out where I want to cut it. I also have some black cardstock there to put behind the picture for a couple of reasons. One is because the calendar numbers are behind that picture, so it's pretty thin paper so you can see right through it. So the black will help keep you from being able to see all those numbers, but also it's really like I said, thin paper, so the cardstock will help keep its shape when we put it on the back side of that hoop. Now that hoop was a sign that had a welcome on it. If you watch my my Dollar Tree haul, I believe I showed it there, but I took the welcome sign off because I am using that in a project that you will see here in a little bit. And so then I had that form left and I thought, I could do something with that. So this is what I decided to use it for. So I'm just hot gluing that picture onto the back of that wreath form. And right there at the top, I'm just kind of pushing the paper in more because there is the little hooks that you can hang it with. So I pushed the paper inward so that it wasn't blocking that hook. So here I'm just adding some glue where I missed out on it. So I'm just reinforcing it with the glue. And I just think this picture is so cute, this bunny rabbit. And I'm really excited that I actually found that calendar and I'm able to use it. So then after I got it all glued, I trimmed it up because I did have it a little bit bigger than that circle. I wanted to make sure that it was going to fit. So I've got it all ready to go. And now we're just going to take this. This is lamb's ear. Lamb's ear, I think I got this at Hobby Lobby for $6.99, but it was 50% off. And that's not the only part. There was more lamb's ear on that, but I've used it for other things. But I just think this is so pretty. It's one of my favorites. It's just kind of a soft green, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really pretty. So, and then I took this, I think they're peonies from the Dollar Tree, and I just loved that orange. I just thought it was so pretty. And no, they're not peonies, they're dahlias. Dahlias? Dahlias. I think that's how you say it, dahlias. I'm not really I don't know the names of flowers unless they're roses or tulips, but but anyways, I just love the orange color. I thought they were so pretty. And then this I got at Walmart, and I think it might have been close to $2. I don't remember. But there's quite a bit of flowers on there, and so I think it's a pretty good deal, but I just thought they're really cute. So I bought them, and I'm just going to stick some of them on. There's also, I don't think I showed this, but I also had some lemongrass from Walmart that was only like 97 cents that I added to this as well. So once I got them all together, I got some wire and wrapping the wire around all of those stems, and I decided to wrap it. I just thought it would be easier to glue it onto the sign if it was all wrapped. Then you just only have to hot glue where the wire is. So I just twist it really tight, and then I just twist the rest of the wire all the way around it, and then I hot glue it on. what I don't think I showed this, but I also hot glue some of the leaves on there because they all wanted to go straight out, and I wanted to have a few that kind of went up along the sides of the circles. So I do hot glue some of those kind of upward as well, so that you have a little different effect. So it's not all just sticking sideways or sticking out. So then I take one of those flowers and I'm going to hot glue it in the middle, but first I decided to make a finger bow, and I did it kind of slow. I was thinking I would explain to you guys how to do it, but it's still kind of hard to explain. Um, I'll link the tutorial in the description box below again on how to make it. Um, I just I watched it and I just had to practice and practice and practice, and I finally am getting it. This is the first time I did it all the way through without having to redo it, so I was so excited about that. But I just think they come out looking really cute. So I was originally going to put this bow down with the flower on the bottom, but then I just felt like it was missing something on top. And I thought about putting another flower up there, but I just thought that was too many. It didn't look right. So I decided to go ahead and put another flower down on the bottom, so that there's two flowers there. And then I'm going to end up putting that bow up at the top, which I think turns out to be just really cute. And one thing that I really like about that ribbon, which I got at Dollar Tree, and I haven't been able to find it since I got it, is that it matches the bow that's on the bunny. There's a bow that the bunny is wearing on that picture, and it's white with black stripes. And when I put it on there and I noticed that, I was so excited. I just thought I don't know, it just works together so well. So anyways, here I am gluing that on, and I do glue on the legs of the ribbon because they were kind of funky. They were sticking out and I didn't want them to lay that way. So I just kind of put a little hot glue and just laid them where I wanted them to be. And then that is done. And I just think it is so adorable. When I hung it up on my wall, it was so cute. So you'll see a picture of it here in just a moment. Isn't that darling? Okay, on to the next one. So as you see there on the side, I started working on a tea towel ladder. It's sitting there drying, the glue is drying, and so I decided, what am I gonna do with this plunger from the wood that I used for the tea towel rack? And I knew I wanted to do something with some Easter eggs, and so I got this, I think, brilliant idea. So I decided to go ahead and paint it. So I'm painting it here with Waverly chalk paint, hazelnut, and I didn't show the supplies before I started doing this because I just kind of started. I was doing it. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and this thought popped in my head, and I just thought, okay, I'm gonna just play with this and see how it turns out. So I paint all of that, and then I get these gold eggs that I got from the Dollar Tree, and yes, the plunger is from the Dollar Tree as well. In case you haven't seen my Dollar Tree haul, I got 3 plungers for this project, and so I was trying to figure out what to do with those plunger heads, and this is one of my ideas. So I took those golden eggs and I'm just painting them with Waverly. I think I used cashew, yeah, Waverly chalk paint in the color cashew, and I put them on these little skewers that I got at Dollar General because Dollar Tree doesn't have them yet. I hear they get them in the summertime. Our Dollar Tree doesn't have them yet. And if you don't know what Dollar General is, it's pretty much like Dollar Tree and a convenience store combined. It's got a little more variety of things, I guess. I don't know, but not everything's $1 there. But these were, so I bought them there. And so I'm just painting all these eggs with that cashew color, and it's I finally wised up here and after a couple and decided, oh, it'd be easier if I just painted the bottom first, then stuck the skewer in, and then paint the rest. And the egg did spin on me quite a bit, so it was a little interesting. But anyway, so here I grabbed these stickers. These are stickers I got at the Dollar Tree, and I thought, oh my goodness, this would be really cute. So I cut out some of these stickers and I just laid them on the egg, and then I paint over them. And when you paint over them, you have to, you know, really get into, because there's a lot of nooks and crannies, because there's just all these little rhinestones, I believe. And so you just have to kind of paint in between all the little rhinestones to help cover it. But I think it comes out really looking really cute. So as I was painting those other eggs, that thought came to my mind. I thought, oh, I know what I could do, because I have an idea what I want to do with these eggs. But I kind of wanted to do something a little different to have some variety in there. So I decided to go ahead and put those cute little stickers. They're like little flowers, kind of. They have all different colors at the Dollar Tree. These are pink. I think I've seen white and blue. But they're really cute. They're great embellishments. And so you can kind of see it, that picture there, but I just thought it looks really cute. And I only did one side of it because, you know, it's going to be laying on its back. And I didn't think that I needed to do the whole thing. So here I decided to go ahead and just put some paint all around the inside of the plunger head as well. So that's what I'm doing here. And once that all dries, this again, I think I said this in the last video, I really love the chalk paint because it dries so fast. And then I took this candlestick. I showed one of these candlesticks on my last video, and I had another one. I had two of them. Actually, my husband had bought them for our second anniversary that we were married, and they have been in with my Valentine's stuff. He bought them for our Valentine's dinner, and I had them in my Valentine's Day stuff all this time, and I never used them. So I decided here a month or so ago to paint them. I was going to use them for a few things, and I never did. So I decided to use it for this. So what I'm doing here is I put some of that hazelnut paint, because it was painted white already. So I just took some of that hazelnut paint and I just dabbed it all around. And now I'm taking some of that cashew and I am going over some of that hazelnut to just kind of tone it down. So I really love how this turned out, because that, not the hazelnut, but the cashew color just really gives it that old look, like it's aged, like it's been around for a while. And with the darker hazelnut underneath it, that makes it kind of look like, you know, there's that little rust going on or whatever. So it really gives you that farmhouse look, and I just really love the way it turned out. I just thought it turned out really cute. So this is what my thought was. What am I doing here? Oh, so I decided, oh, I'm not really happy with just the hazelnut color on here. It's not kind of looking the way I had in mind. So I decided to take some of that cashew as well and just dab some of that all around to give it that worn look as well. And that's what I'm doing here. And I'll tell you, it is kind of weird. If it's weird to you to think about using a plunger head, it was really kind of weird to me, and I was not sure about it until I showed my husband, and he didn't know that it was a plunger head that I had used. So that made me feel better. So here I'm just taking some different ribbons and some different like burlap ribbons, and I had a buffalo check ribbon there and stuff that I'm just putting on the eggs. I'm just decorating the eggs with these ribbons. I make a few bows on a few of them, and I'm just doing them all a little bit different. Most of those ribbons, well, some of the ribbons I got, like this one here, I got from the Dollar Tree. There's a few that I actually got off of Amazon. It was a package of a whole bunch of different ones, and I can put that link in the description box below as well, in case you wanted to try it out. I think this buffalo check ribbon, I just got it Hobby Lobby. It was on sale, and I hadn't been able to find black buffalo check at Walmart or Dollar Tree, so I got it at Hobby Lobby. So here I've got this little lace bow, and I'm trying to figure out if I want to put it on that black and white one, or just I have the lace ribbon on there, and I decided it looked better on the lace ribbon. So then I just take some black, really thin ribbon that I've had for years, since the 90s, and I just made a small little bow with that and put it on with that black and white. And I just think these eggs turned out looking so cute. I just love it. I just love the way they all looked. They just have that farmhouse look, and a little more upscale than your normal, colorful Easter eggs. So I just really, really liked them. I thought they were really cute. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to put some glue, and I am going to glue this on just like that. And so what I'm going to use here is some E6000. And so I put some E6000 and some hot glue on there. The E6000 works as a permanent hold, but it takes longer to dry. So in the meantime, I put the hot glue on as well, so that way it will hold right away. And I do end up having to put some hot glue around the end of the plunger head there too. I don't show that, but it wasn't wanting to stick very well, so I just put it around the head as well. Then I took some of this rope that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I am wrapping it around that neck of the plunger head, just to kind of cover it up and make it look a little more uniform. And after I cut this, the rope that from Dollar Tree, it will separate very easily. So I put a little bit of hot glue in between the strands. They come apart really easily to kind of keep them together. And then I hot glued it all on. And then I'm taking some of this moss, Spanish moss, I think it is, from the Dollar Tree that I got. And I'm just filling the bowl with it. And then I am going to place all the eggs in the bowl. And voila, I do hot glue a couple of them to just kind of help them be a little more secure. I could have probably not used as much of the moss. I thought I took some out, but maybe not. Anyway, so there I'm just going to put a little hot glue on a few, and then I am done with that project. And I was so excited when I showed my husband, and he's like, oh, it looks like it's Grecian. And then when I asked him what I made the bowl part out of, and he's like, a bowl. And I just laughed and told him it was a plunger. Okay, so here are the next items for the next project. And I found this idea on Kirkland's website, and I just knew I could make it for a lot less than what they were selling it for. So what I'm doing here is I'm making two rectangle pieces that were 3 inches high by, I think it was 7 inches long. What I did, see those two crates there, I hot glued those together, and then I measured how long they were, and I'm cutting the pieces to match the length, and then the two side pieces to match the width, which I think were 4 by 4, but I'm not positive. I don't remember what it was. So you would just measure out the length and the width of the crates. So this, and I'm using a canvas board, and so I'm cutting this, and it took me, I had to go through it about 3 or 4 times before it cut all the way through. So it took me a while to figure out what I would use that I could cut easily, and this is what I came up with, and I think it works pretty well. So unfortunately, something happened to my clip. So what I did was I glued those two crates that are on the bottom together, and then I glued each of those pieces to the crate, and then glued them together, and it formed a box. And then I painted these jars white, and then I put a layer of that cashew. I brushed some of that on it as well to give it that weathered look. And I think came out looking really cute. Just has that farmhouse weathered look to it. So here I'm taking some jute twine and I am just wrapping it around the neck of each one of those jars. And at the end of wrapping them, I tie it in a knot. And later I go back and realize that in the picture it's a bow. So I do change that later, but right now I'm tying knots around them. So anyways, this item, I will post a picture on here. I believe I can post a picture of the item that I'm copying at Kirkland's. And if you don't know what Kirkland's is, it's more of a high-end home decor place. But they were selling theirs for $65, $64.99. And I saw that and I just thought I could definitely make that for cheaper. And I think I spent around $12 for everything that I used for this. So that's a huge difference. I'd much rather spend $12 and then $65 and save my 50 some dollars to buy more crafting supplies. Anyways, glad my husband didn't hear that. So here I'm taking some moss that I've had for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. I decided I should use it. So I'm filling the crate with all the moss and I'm just putting it in behind all the jars and in between the jars and just filling it up and making a mess at the same time. I couldn't believe how messy this stuff was. By the time I was done, I had it all over me. So then I'm taking this lamb's ear and I am cutting a piece and putting it in each jar. And then I took some of that lemongrass that I got from Walmart for 97 cents and I put 2 pieces in each jar. And I also am filling those jars with some of the Spanish moss too to kind of help the flowers have a little height to them. And then I took 3 bushes of lavenders that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting each one off of the peck, and then I'm putting them in separately. And I just think it came out looking so cute. I love it. And of course, I love purple. So, anything with purple. But here I'm taking the leaves and pushing them up towards the flower because then that way it helps the whole thing look more full once you get all the flowers in there. And so let's see. As you can see, that lamb's ear on that last one was falling down. So that's the reason I put the moss inside, was because that keeps them up. So here we are putting in the last ones, and you could leave it like this when you're done with the flowers if you want. It looks really pretty. It looks great. It looks just like the picture, in my opinion. But I like a little more pizzazz. So I looked at it and I just thought it was so cute, but I thought I needed to do something more to it. So as I'm sitting here, I got this idea. So I grabbed this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree, and it's like a burlap ribbon that has some white in it, and it's one of my favorites. In fact, I keep buying it because I just love using it. And so I'm just kind of looking at it here, trying to decide, okay, what do I want to do? So I knew I wanted to put some on the sides. So I cut 4 pieces that were about 3 inches long, and I am going to hot glue them to each side. And then I decided, I think it's going to look kind of unfinished if I just put them there. So I decided, okay, I think I will go ahead and add some to the top and bottom, and that's what I do. I'm going to add it all around. And I love it. I think it just gives it some character, and it makes it look like me. So with that being said, you don't have to do it this way. You could keep it um, blank, or you could add, your own touch to it, whatever it is you like, and whatever it is your style is. But I just thought this would be really cute, and I knew that I wanted to have this. We have in our entryway uh, I guess like a cupboard with a big mirror that goes all the way up to the ceiling, and it's just really pretty. And I knew I wanted to put that there. I have a little gray truck that I colored that has the lavender picks growing in the back. So I just thought this would really look good with it, and so I'm really excited to put it there. So here I'm putting it on the bottom, and as I was putting it on the bottom, I was looking at that white spot there, and I was thinking, to me it just seems like it's going to need something else. So I decided to get the wreath that said welcome. It's like a metal welcome sign in a wreath form, I guess you could call it, in a circle. But that's what I used for the first project. The round wreath form was from this sign. So once I get that all straight there, I turn it around, and I realized then I had stopped the camera, and I looked and noticed that the picture from Kirkland's did have bows, not knots. So I'm just making a few bows here. I'm going to hot glue a bow on each one. And then, of course, I had to trim the tails from the knots that I had previously made, because it did kind of look funny having 4 legs and just one bow. So you'll see me doing that in a little bit. But after I finish that, then I will be grabbing that welcome sign and using that to put on this as well. That way, when my guests walk into the house, they will see that they're welcome. So there it is. And I just think it's really cute that way. So here's the sign, and it is attached, but it's really thin metal. It's not too thick. So here I'm trying to cut it with my wire cutters, but the part that I was trying to cut was kind of thicker. So I just moved out the word a little bit, and then I was able to find a narrower spot to clip. And so I got it all clipped. But I did have to kind of pull it a little bit. So here I'm just trying to scrunch up the O a little bit closer, and just kind of taking a look at it. And I really liked how it looked. So I decided to paint it with that cashew paint, the Waverly chalk paint in cashew. So I'm just going to paint it here, and then once I paint it, I am going to super glue it. I tried to hot glue it, but the hot glue wasn't sticking, so I ended up using super glue, and I had to use my little pink clamps that I got from the Dollar Tree to kind of hold it in place, but the super glue, once it dried, it worked just fine. So you'll see that here in just 1 second. And there you go, the final product. And then here on the next one, these are the handles from the plungers that I bought. And I took the plunger heads off, and I am just sanding off the sticky part where the tags were. I didn't have any of that. I think it's Goo Gone. I think that's what they call it. I didn't have any, so I just sanded it. So right now I'm just I'm sawing off the swirly part where the plunger heads go. And then once I do that, then I just, oh, here I'm using my little ladybug to wipe up all the sawdust. So I'm moving really fast here. So basically I trimmed off the swirly parts, and then I took one of those and cut it in half. And so then I'm just using liquid nails to attach these. And let me tell you, the liquid nails was a little challenging. If you use a liquid nails, buy the small tube, not the big one like I did, because that's very awkward using. But you also want to make sure you're wiping off any of the excess glue. And we ended up actually having to clamp them. My husband had some big clamps that he put on them to keep it together, and it took a couple of days to dry. So once it dried, I just kind of sanded off some of the areas where some of the glue was that we didn't get off. And then I'm taking my Waverly wax and I'm just going to brush this all over the front. And then once I get done brushing it, I will take some baby wipes and wipe it off. And I do have to kind of touch up a few spots there, but you're not going to see it. And then once it's all dry, I turn it over and I do the back side. And that is all that was of this project, except for I did add some jute twine around the sides of each of those rungs. Okay, and here are the final projects. I just think they are so cute. Let me know what you think in the comments below and tell me which one is your favorite. And if you like this, please share this video with some friends. Give me a thumbs up, and I hope you all have a wonderful week, and we will see you again next week. Bye-bye.